So we are talking about the 2016 horror action movie Daylight's End. This one directed by William Kaufman and stars Johnny Strong, Lance Henriksen and Louis Mandylor. Now I would say an easy pitch for this film is basically taking elements from Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior and I Am Legend, either the book or the film, mixing them together and out pops Daylight's End. Now, in case you haven't seen either of those films, I will give you a brief plot synopsis. So basically it focuses on a world which has been ravaged by some kind of virus. And this virus basically has kind of vampiric qualities. Not supernatural as far as we know, but basically these kind of creatures, they want to kind of eat you, they want to suck your blood, and they're adverse to sunlight, but don't appear to be averse to things like crosses and garlic and stuff like that. Very much like the vampires from I Am Legend. Now, basically, the story focuses on this character called Rourke, played by Johnny Strong, and he's this kind of like this stoic Mad Max type character, bit of a loner, and he ends up kind of begrudgingly helping this kind of group of survivors. He doesn't want to be there, but he ends up kind of, through a series of circumstances, in their company, ends up helping them, and they kind of want to get away and have like a convoy and try and get to safety, kind of like Mad Max 2. So it's taking elements from both of those kind of properties, and out pops Daylight's End. And this one has a $2 million budget. But I have to say they definitely made that $2 million work here, because I have to say the production values are pretty good on this film. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it's a very much an action style movie. It's not so much a horror film, it's more of an action horror, I would say. But it's action set piece after action set piece, and it's all for the most part very well staged. I actually thought it looks like a lot higher budget than it actually is, I would go as far to say, with a couple of exceptions, which I'll come on to in just a moment. But the gunfights, the fist fights, they're all pretty good. I actually thought the way especially the gun battles were very well staged, and they've used good sound effects. They've obviously done some training in regards to the kind of the movements and stuff like that you would have in the kind of the military and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. I thought the action sequences are very well shot. I also really like the kind of the locations here. All the survivors are held up in this kind of this police station, and the vampires are held on in this big kind of like dilapidated hotel, and we kind of see quite a lot of both of them. I really like that. I thought all the casts are very good. I was actually not quite sure about Johnny Strong when I first started this movie. I thought he was going to play it a little bit cheesy, to be honest with you, but as the film progresses, I definitely kind of warmed to his character and kind of liked him. And he is pretty much a stoic character, but he doesn't kind of make it too cheesy, which I think was a good move, basically. And you do start to kind of see him soften as the kind of the film progresses, so he has a little bit of an arc. And most people here are pretty good. I think Louis Mandylor, who I've never, I'm kind of hit and miss with, basically. I liked him in this one. Lance Henriksen is pretty much always playing a similar type of character, but he does it very well. And it's a fun film. It's got a definite fun feel to it. You feel kind of bullets hit bodies and stuff like that. So it definitely has this kind of like violent kinetic feel to it, which is very good. On the negative side of things, really just a few more nitpicky things than anything else. There was a little bit of kind of obvious CGI blood and CGI explosions here and there, which kind of is a little bit distracting. I don't know what's wrong with squibs these days. I don't know why people don't use squibs, but they tend to use this CGI blood. I mean, I can understand the explosions to a point, but the blood are not so much. And there are a couple of design choices that I think they do go on the kind of the cheesy side. For example, they go into this kind of hotel and it's all dark in there. They've kind of got the flashlights on, but they're wearing sunglasses because it looks cool. But they just take the sunglasses off and you don't need the flashlights, honestly. There's also the female lead. I didn't think was particularly strong. There's a couple of kind of like dodgy line deliveries from her, but this is a B movie. You can't be too picky with that. I mean, it is relatively simplistic at the end of the day, but nonetheless, it's definitely it's a strong B movie. It's definitely a fun action horror. Definitely worth your time if you like your shooting films. You kind of with a kind of a more supernatural-y style twist to it. I would recommend this film if you are a kind of action horror fan or a B movie fan. Go check it out. I'm going to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.